Here we go.
What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of What the Fanboy Podcast. I beat all of you before you could interrupt me.
I was trying to silence my phone.
I'm so slow tonight, so...
I jumped on that one.
You
I
did.
was not
You were...
letting anybody get in the way. That's 2 weeks in a row that
You were on top of it. Maybe we're just getting nicer.
Yeah.
Or you're getting sloppy.
I'm getting old. That's my problem.
You are old. Old. Anyway, what's up, everybody? We're really glad that you could join us again for another week of just nerding out. My name's Luke. This is Mr. Tyler.
I am Mr. Tyler, and this is the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
What up, what up?
Guys, it's been a week.
It has been a week.
It's been
And a lot
1
has
week
happened.
exactly since we were last year.
What all
To
did you
the
guys
T.
do this week? Anything fun and exciting? I know we did one thing all together,
Yeah.
which is the main topic this week, which is
Joker.
going to see Joker. We'll have lots of thoughts
We did do that.
about that later.
That happened. That is a thing.
Tyler, what all did you do? What else did you do?
First, I want to mention that Luke and I wore Superman shirts on the same day, unplanned. Pretty awesome.
I didn't get the memo. Also,
We had
don't
the Spider-Man
have a
moment.
Superman shirt.
I told you.
We were right. Or you were right, but I figured. Otherwise, I finished season 1 of The Flash with my brother. Man, I forgot how emotional the end of that season gets me. I actually had a tear roll down my face. I was kind of surprised. It was awesome. I also played some more Gears 5, which I love that game. I don't care what anybody says about it. I'll fight you if you don't like it. Not really. I don't care that much.
Do people say bad things about
Yeah,
it?
people do.
Really?
Mostly because of their microtransaction stuff.
Oh,
But I mean, I feel like that's any game nowadays.
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Microtransactions? 0 out of 10.
Would not do again. EA. I'm looking
Would
at you.
not recommend.
I watched Inception for the first time in probably...
Okay, not first time ever. You had
No,
me really
no,
worried there.
No, I had seen it.
I was scrolling through my movies and was like, I haven't seen this one. I wonder if I'll see it. Oh,
It's
sounds
been
good.
at least since college
Been a
that
hot
I've
minute.
seen it. And I like that movie, but I have some issues. Like, it's not with the movie, not me personally. I really do like it, but it kind of makes me angry at the same time, which I think is the goal, is to make you wonder what is and what isn't real.
Yeah.
So it does a really good job at that, but it's also frustrating, and we could talk about that as a sidebar at some other time. The other big thing I did was I played Apex Season 3. You had said you played a little bit of it, too.
I hopped in last night, finally.
Oh, last night was the first time?
Yeah.
Did you buy the Battle Pass?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had bought in the more expensive battle pass in season 1,
Mhm.
and so by default, because I hadn't spent a bunch of those coins, I had enough to just buy the battle pass.
Right. I was like 200
This time.
short.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to buy it. But I won't have to buy the next one. So that's nice. What do you think of it so far? You like it?
I do. I'm still I only got 4 or 5 games in last night.
You almost have as many games as I have wins.
So
Not really. I only have 3 wins.
But I'm still learning the map and some of that new stuff. But I had good games.
Yeah.
They were fun.
The map is certainly different.
Yeah.
It plays a lot slower, I think,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't like. What I liked about Apex is how fast it plays. I really enjoyed, constantly feeling like I was getting ready to get in a gunfight, and I don't feel like that anymore. But it's still a good map. It just changes the way you play the game, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It keeps it fresh.
It does. It would certainly keeps it fresh, and I was trying to figure out what typically in the old map I was running R99 and whatnot, and R99 and Hemlock's still awesome.
Hemlock
but
is great.
I switched over to a G7 for a while and had a lot of fun with that.
Did you pick up the double tap trigger by chance?
I did, and oh my gosh, that thing!
It's so different.
The first time I fired it, I died because I had just picked it up and hadn't fired it, and all of a sudden I was wildly all over the place with these double shots, and was like,
You're
oh no,
I'm out of bullets. Yeah, it's the new attachments that they put in and the attachments they've taken out, I think, are a good balance. Mm-hmm. Yes, they got rid of disruptor rounds, but that charge rifle makes up for it tenfold.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a hold of that thing yet.
That thing is I've used it once and I got a kill right away, and I was like, huh, okay. This is neat.
Have you been able to play Crypto at all?
Yeah, actually, probably my new favorite character.
Yeah. He seems really useful.
He is. He's really good, like, in-game, which I like. But see, like, my favorite thing about him is, like, I'm not huge on using abilities. Like, it's just not really my thing.
Yeah.
But, like, with him, like, all of his stuff, or not all of it, but most of his stuff's pretty passive.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy just being able to play the game and then get to the end game and be like, oh, we could scout him out real quick. Like, if everybody's healing up and I'm done,
Yep.
I'll just go park Crypto somewhere and go ride around, see if I can find people. My favorite little passive ability he has, though, is if you look at the leaderboards. Have you noticed this?
Yes.
It tells you how many squads are within range of your drone.
Yep.
Which I think is super helpful. Although it's gotten me killed a few times because I'm just like, man, this is so cool. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind. But no, Apex Season 3 is out to a good start. I think they announced a new event today. I don't know if we want to save that for news or...
Yeah, let's save that for news.
Okay. Spoiler alert. Apex has news.
A tease. A tease.
That's all I did. Sorry.
No, that's
I'm trying to make sure I don't forget.
Luke, what about you?
I didn't do a whole lot this week, mainly because Shadowkeep came out, and that's a majority of what I did. But I finished. Like, first of all, I was at the Chiefs game last night. I am very tired. Me and my dad got home around 2:30 in the morning. After a just incredibly frustrating
Not
loss.
a good one to go to.
Yeah, the game was disappointing, but we still had a bunch of fun.
Yeah, you always do when you go to
the atmosphere at Arrowhead is unreal.
Yeah.
The people sitting around us were so much fun. There was a group of friends, like in the row behind us, group of Chiefs and Colts buddies, and they were killing me. They were so funny. I was having such a great time. Me and my dad were cracking jokes and hanging out, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm really glad we got to go. Just got to go again so my dad can see a win at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't been there in so long. So I'll go again with your dad if you take me. But the only really thing I did that we all won't talk about is I watched a Netflix original called The Spy. It's a limited series. It's 6 episodes, and it is super good. It stars Sacha Baron Cohen, as in I think he was born in Egypt, but he's Israeli.
Okay.
And he becomes a spy for the Israeli government to infiltrate the Syrian government. And it's based on a true story, and it's just nuts. It's kind of infuriating too, kind of like, because they show you how it ends at the very beginning. It's the first scene.
Oh,
so you know what's coming, and you're just going, why the whole time? Like, how did this happen? The pacing in it is slow and brutal, in like a good way. Like, brutal is in like, okay, whoa, what's gonna happen here? Like, and they take their time, and you're like, oh crap, this is when this is gonna happen. Oh, it's not yet. Oh my gosh. But like, it takes its time, which is super nice. But yeah, it's only 6 episodes. I'd highly recommend it to anybody. I'd give it a fanboy worthy, mainly because of the pace.
Yeah.
Some people can't take a show that takes its time like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd really recommend try that out. It's TVMA for one scene, which was just unfortunate because I was gonna recommend it. Uh-oh. Did we just lose our feed? This is interesting. We've never had this happen before. We're doing it live.
Did we lose it? No.
Oh, we're still going? Okay.
We're still in it.
I don't even remember really what I was talking about.
You were talking about The Spy.
Yeah, but I don't remember what I was going to say.
And the TVMA scene and how it's only in there for one scene.
Oh, yeah. There's just one super long, unneeded sex scene that just is unfortunate because I'd recommend it to so many more people if it wasn't in there. But
oh no,
it's unfortunate. But yeah, it's super good. At one of the top of the list for the TV shows that I've watched this year. I've watched quite a bit, so.
Yeah, you've only watched like 22, right? Something like that.
I can.
You were at 15 last time. I imagine you've at least watched 7 since then.
I'll look real quick to see how many that I've watched.
While you do that, I'm gonna try to find where all my tabs went on my computer.
Everybody's technology is breaking. I better make sure that I'm still recording. That's good.
I seriously don't know how to find it.
I have watched 23 shows.
Oh, I undershot that. How? How is that a thing?
So automatic updates are sometimes really cool, and sometimes they try and just murder your computer.
I just had a problem with that with my computer.
Luckily,
right
so like Chrome just died, but OBS was like, whoa, pump the brakes. I'm not sure you want to do this. This will end your stream. I'm like, no, no.
Thank you.
So, anyways, we're good now. We're back.
I can't find my tabs.
That was it. The other thing is Destiny 2, which I'll talk about with Brett when he talks about it.
I only have one other thing to talk about, which is that I am tired too. Not because of going to a Chiefs game, but because we had my daughter's birthday party this week. And we had a couple because we had family. One for family, one for friends, yada, yada. And man, a bunch of like...
Your kid know at a party?
6 to 1-year-olds running around is rough, but I had a lot of fun. Something that I haven't ever
we're having so many technology issues.
I don't know what's happening.
Let's just put we don't need a computer for this.
I need mine.
No. Anyways, so we had a PJ Masks themed birthday party, which is I think it's a Nickelodeon TV show.
I don't know. I've seen about 4 minutes of it.
It's like superhero, like kids superheroes.
When we walk in the door.
Yeah. You guys have seen some of it.
I remember she told me it was PJ Masks, and I thought she said TJ Maxx, and I was like, what? They have a TV show?
They have a TV show now. Fun fact.
TJ Maxx, the show.
Most affordable.
The original series.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Birthday parties are fun. Having a kid's fun. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know why. But and then lastly, what I spent most of my time this week doing, which is the same thing that Luke has been doing, is playing that Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. And now I guess Season of the Undying has officially started. Yeah. So it's been pretty cool.
So throughout this, I'm going to let Brett talk about stuff because I won't remember anything, and I'll let you know if I agree or disagree, I guess.
So Shadowkeep's an expansion that's kind of on the level of Rise of Iron in terms of like size. So from Destiny 1, there was the Rise of Iron expansion, which was the final expansion for Destiny 1. I don't think Shadowkeep's going to be the final expansion for Destiny 2.
I would hope not after the huge change
after
they just
all
made.
They've done. They're just like,
here's this cool stuff, and we're done.
Destiny 3 time.
But
never mind.
No, I love the location. Going back to the moon was awesome.
I love the moon. The real one too.
The real one too. But moon's haunted, and
background on my phone.
I just think it's really cool, the visual and slight like aesthetic changes they've made to the space that was existing.
It's
make
way
it
cooler.
Yeah. It's like this is familiar, and I love it. I love that nostalgia feel, but then it's new.
Yeah,
which is really neat. Like the new space that you spawn into there is super cool. Just like when you get to the moon in that first mission, there's a whole new area that leads you up and like into kind of the older area, and it's really 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 neat. I think that this one has pretty good in terms of like overarching Destiny storyline progression. It does some really cool things without spoiling anything, but it's pretty short, the actual campaign.
Extremely short. It's just done.
And it ends super suddenly, which is like,
I thought, like,
oh, are we done?
I thought something crazy was about to happen, and I was like, oh, here we go. We're about to kick this thing off. Nope, you're done. It's over. Start Vex Offensive. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah. You can tell that they've, or I shouldn't say you can tell yet. My gut feeling is that they've taken a lot of what would have gone into like a proper campaign and spread that out over like the entire season or the entire year of storytelling. So you think
they'll release more of the story?
Yeah. I think.
Thank goodness.
One of the things they were talking about is how like they want it to be like a living world, and so things will happen more like frequently out in the world. So I don't know if that means exactly like missions or just that the activities we do will push the story forward.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it felt, that's probably my one downside, is that it just feels, it's like 3 story missions and 3.5 story missions, and then some like open world grindy things, which were fun, but yeah, it just kind of felt over.
Yeah, what they gave me, I really enjoyed, but yeah, it ended, and I was like, oh, okay, is that it?
Wow.
Like, just I wasn't expecting it to be that short.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Especially
to be
since
fair.
like I didn't know if this was normal. I didn't know if they always release stuff season by season. Every time I've bought something Destiny, I've gotten everything, and I just zoomed through it as fast as I could.
Yeah,
trying to play catch up, or playing catch up.
You're not playing catch up no more.
Not anymore. Now I'm in it.
Now the grind begins.
Have you gotten any awesome exotics, Luke?
No. This is a pretty major con. When we were at Joker, I said we should do the Nightfall mission together. We can get an exotic. I ended up doing it. It didn't give me anything. It gave me nothing.
Progress on that quest, I hope?
I played it twice. And never got anything. And then the status bar where it's like, this is what you'll earn for it. It's like, powerful gear, tier 1. It's like, oh, okay. Like, thank you, I guess. And then, did you play Risk Reward?
No, not yet.
Okay. I got a gun I already had.
Oh, yeah.
I was on a different character, but
yeah,
it's like, great. I could have put that in my vault and used it. Thanks, Destiny.
That happens a lot.
I love the gun.
Yeah. You'll get lots of that just because they have the whole random perks
I take that back though. There is one I really like, and I hate hand cannons.
Mm-hmm.
I almost never use them. That gun they give you at the beginning, Ariana's Vow.
Oh yeah, the exotic.
That gun is nasty. Oh my gosh.
Tyler, this is it's a sniper rifle that's a hand cannon.
If I'm going
I feel like that's not fair.
You're going against a boss, and it's just, all right, let me get this bad boy out. Ping, ping, ping. Just headshot.
That's pretty close to the sound effect that hand cannons make, too.
Yeah, and if like you're in a strike and everybody's using that, it's over. It's done.
It's great.
Get out of here. Like,
that solar burns on, you're just like one-shotting everything. Like, even like yellow bar things, you're just like... Psh,
yeah.
Psh.
Oh, it's so good. And then like, kind of... that what is it, the mod I guess on it with the shield breaking is a mod you can add to other guns,
other weapons.
I put it on almost every single one. I don't think it's as good, but still it helps a whole lot, which is awesome.
Have you tried the Vex Offensive activity at all yet?
I haven't done the Vex Offensive, but I did the
public event stuff.
I was not a fan.
Were you doing it like by yourself?
There was nobody on the moon when I was doing it.
Yeah,
I was getting so mad.
So, I feel like those kind of activities are really hit or miss because typically they are balanced for like at least 3 or 4 players, and if you do just get stuck with no one, it sucks.
And like I was working so hard. I was using
because it's super fun with like even just 3 players.
Yeah,
because you can clean up everyone.
There's enemies everywhere. You're using supers all the time because you're getting so many orbs and things are going crazy. And then I had one more left, and everybody disappeared.
Yeah, it's all on a timer, so. But the timer is not real clear.
Yeah,
it's just all of a sudden like a little text thing that comes like the Vex are preparing to leave immediately.
I finally figured out to follow the world events.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they don't do much to tell you.
They still take forever. You just,
Yeah.
I'm going to wait here, and hopefully this is the right spot. Oh, it's on the other side of this area. Okay, get on my sparrow and go. But, like, I did it maybe 7 times to get my last one, and I would bring it almost all the way down and be like, no, retreat. And be like, oh my gosh.
That sucks. Well, we'll get on and we'll do something together.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I think besides, and I haven't done a nightmare hunt yet. I need to do those.
Oh, the nightmare hunts are real fun too.
I haven't even. I've just done like. I imagine it's kind of similar when you could do Lost Sectors now. There's nightmare creep versions of the bad guys down there. I imagine it's similar but not the same. It's more like when you go to the Scarlet Keep and there's like ogres. Oh, those things. They're tough. Gotta get my Ariana's vow.
Right.
But
overall, what would you say your impression? We're not giving like a rating or whatever. But
I do really like it. As far as the story goes, it didn't give me a lot, but I really enjoyed what they gave me.
Yeah.
And it's super intriguing. But I think the biggest things that I like come from the changes they made to like the armor, adding finishers.
Yep.
So fun.
Finishers are awesome. I almost bought like used real money to buy some of those fancy ones. It was like
So a while back I did buy silver.
Yeah. So
And I bought the double flying eagle kick thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so epic. I love it. Just jump in the air. And boom.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite moves. I might talk about it later. But and then I think a really big thing and a really small thing, upgrade modules.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love it. And then they like added the season, how you unlock things is totally different now.
Yeah, they've got like a
battle pass.
A battle pass type thing. Instead of, it's still using this exact same XP, like every so often when you get so much XP, you get a new level. That used to happen, except instead of getting up a level, it just gave you a random purple engram. Yeah. And so this way you can kind of like, you work towards those rewards rather than just getting something random.
It's nice to see what you're working towards.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Would agree with that. In all games.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's like lore-wise, it's been top 3 Destiny things. Campaign-wise, missions are really good. It's too short.
That first mission
is awesome.
It's awesome, and it was hard.
Yeah.
They're like, and they leveled all my stuff up to 750 for all my characters that I created. I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna be so powerful. And I landed, I'm like, run! Like, I was just getting shot at by everybody. I felt like I was a total noob again. Had no idea what a shooter was.
So Tyler, when you first land on the moon for that first mission, it puts you in like a public area with other Guardians who are doing the same thing, and so it's literally like this. Like battlegrounds where like you're like physically like pushing the enemies back, and then you like go through this and you get tanks and you assault the Scarlet Keep. And
I love when I get to drive tanks in that game.
Yeah, so
it's like my
it's pretty
favorite
good.
thing.
Pretty good. But yeah, no, like I think it's really good. I'm really anticipating what they do with the seasons to hopefully, because what I'm hoping is we may have gotten a shorter campaign, but we're getting meatier, more substantial season content. And if that's the case, then I'm okay with it. If come December, I'm like, we really haven't got anything that's really substantial since, October.
How long is a season? I've only ever been a part of season 7.
It's like 90 days, like 3 months.
Okay.
There's 4 a year, so.
Cool.
And everyone has access to this season if you buy Shadowkeep.
Mm-hmm.
How much is Shadowkeep?
By itself, I think it's 30.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
If you want to get the season, like the 4 season tokens or the 3 extra season tokens, because everyone gets this season like for free. So then, if you want to get the other season tokens, it's like another $30 or something like that. That seems high. Doesn't seem right.
I have no idea what it is.
I don't know. But
I'll probably get it because
Destiny 2 by itself, base game,
is free.
Yeah.
So if you haven't tried it out and you're like, what's this game these guys are always talking about?
I'm really glad I didn't wait until now. That would have been a long wait, and I've really, 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 really enjoyed what I've played so far of it. So,
yep, it's pretty
really
good.
glad Forsaken went on some really quick
Yeah,
flash
it went on the sale, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's enough Destiny talk.
Yeah.
Shall we hop into some news?
Okay.
We shall. Gonna hit it with the trailer roundup, Luke?
I'll hit you with some trailers. I'm gonna start with video game trailers.
Okay.
A game that I'm kind of starting to get excited for, even though I think it looks terrible. Death Stranding, guys.
Oh.
You gonna get it?
I might get it.
Oh my god. Please do so I can at least have the opportunity to play it somewhere.
Listen, I'll get it. I'll bring my PS4 over, and we can all sit around the TV with hot cocoa and deliver mail surrounded by babies and ghosts.
Are you gonna be creeped out by the little baby talking to you through your controller?
No.
That would creep me out.
I
I always think it's weird when I play MLB The Show and I can hear the base coach telling me, round and look. I'm like, what? No, it's a video game. Stop it.
But they had I think it was a TV spot, but the reason I'm mainly talking about it is because it's the first thing that they've released and I think it actually looks cool. Like there's these guys attacking Norman Reedus' character, and he's like losing his stuff, and he's trying to get it, and he's falling through rivers and down mountains, and people are shooting at him, and then the TV spot ends, and it's like Death Stranding. But I was like, oh, I can gather something from that. That's nice.
I'm not completely lost anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm starting to get intrigued, but not because I think it looks good. Mainly because of this strange hype of weirdness around it. Another video game trailer and a reveal at New York Comic Con, I think. We got a trailer for Avengers video game by Square Enix.
That's right.
And it was a trailer for Kamala Khan, and she's going to be a playable character in the game.
Nice.
She's getting a lot of traction recently because she's going to have a Disney Plus series, this game. She's on the come up, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
About time.
And plus she has different powers.
Yeah.
Which will be super nice.
The more that game can really... I get that it's called the Avengers, but the more that game can distance itself from the MCU,
the better.
The better. Because that first trailer came out, and you just hear, like... God bless Troy Baker, but like, because he's one of them, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't remember who he is.
I think Troy Baker and
Nolan
North.
Nolan North is Iron Man.
Yeah, like they're great voice actors, but when you have like that set of characters, you just expect to hear Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, and that was so jarring. And so I think anything they can do to be like, no, this isn't like it's not MCU land. It's our own thing. Good. You need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm still curious about that game, but I still don't know about it. I really need to see a lot more, and I think I need to hear what people think of it after they've played it, too.
And not people that are in their back pocket.
Yeah. I've been playing this game every day as I create it.
What other trailers we got?
I didn't have any more game trailers.
It's a quiet time for games. We'll get more trailers around Game Award.
The end of this month, it'll start to pick back up.
Oh yeah,
a couple releases and stuff.
Some TV trailers. I'm really excited for. There's a new trailer for The Expanse season 4.
Yeah,
and it got me very excited. There's all this sweet footage, but then it was to JFK's space race speech.
Oh.
Giving you all the feels,
all
man.
Those
Ooh.
Nostalgia for things that we weren't actually there for.
I think it comes out December 12th, I think. And
that sounds right.
I will watch that so fast. You guys haven't seen anything yet. If there's 8 episodes, I'll watch it in 8 hours.
You're going to watch them straight
He'll watch them in 6 hours.
I'll probably take some poop breaks, but...
That's fair.
And then... Angel in the chat said Rick and Morty released a new trailer today.
Yeah, they did.
I don't watch this show, so
I haven't watched all of it. I've watched some of season 1. I didn't watch this trailer, not because I'm worried about spoilers, because I don't think you spoil shows like this, but I don't know. I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm in no rush.
This is one of those shows that I'm not a huge Rick and Morty fan, but I understand why people love it, and I'm really excited for the next. I don't know what deal did he sign, like 5 seasons or something like that.
Yeah, some
like
number.
He had like a 100 episode deal, which is great because of the amount of control he has over it. Mm-hmm. So that's what gets me excited, is that it's a creator getting to do
what he
their
wants.
thing, right? Yeah.
That's awesome.
So no, the trailer looked good. If you like Rick and Morty, it's more Rick and Morty. Again, it's not really my thing either, but like, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, isn't it?
It goes on Hulu afterwards.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, I could watch it.
That's actually part of one of my news stories, that Rick and Morty's premiere date for their new season is November 10th.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So, kind of accompanied that announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Just over a month.
Yep.
Sweet. Was there any more TV? Do you have anything? Okay, on to movies. There's a new Guy Ritchie movie coming out.
The Gentleman.
I'm a fan of Guy Ritchie. I think he does a lot of cool stuff that nobody else really does. In like his style, with like quick and snappy. He has fun dialogue, which is always really fun. Plus it's got Matthew McConaughey in it, so we gotta see it.
I mean,
he's in our recommendation scale.
That's right.
Like, we have to see it.
Yeah, I'm a little more lukewarm on Guy Ritchie. I think he has a lot of big hits, and some of his bigger blockbusters. I've felt like, it's there, but it's not quite there.
And I land on I really don't have a preference on the guy.
Yeah, but this looks like, this is what I'm talking about when it's again, like,
it looks back to what he originally used to do.
Right.
Kind of like with Lock, Stock, or Snatch.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like, here's not this huge property with all these names that like, this isn't Sherlock Holmes, which is good.
It's not King Arthur.
It's not King Arthur. It's not Aladdin. Here's a much smaller story that's character focused that I think he can really excel at.
I like the trailer a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to see it. That trailer was enough for me.
Yep. I was gonna end with this one, so if there's another one, I guess we won't. But we kind of talked about it last week, and then it dropped like 3 hours later.
It did.
The Birds of Prey trailer and the long title.
Emancipation.
Fantabulous Emancipation of the one Harley Quinn or something like that.
So Birds of Prey.
Yeah, Birds of Prey. Bop. It released its first trailer.
Yep.
And I think it looks really good. I'm very excited for it. Take that, internet.
I think it looks like a ton of fun, which is, I think, what DC's been doing a really good job of lately. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for it. I like the characters. I know when you say take that, internet, I didn't realize how bad the internet was kind of roasting this thing.
And
I think it's mostly being roasted because it's called Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
And it's a Harley Quinn movie.
They're like, where's Black Mask's mask? Where's the Huntress's outfit? Where's Black Canary's outfit in Sonic Scream? Why is Harley in this? Where's Batgirl? It's like, can you wait until...
So it's not even... Because I haven't
5 months away.
They're complaining because it's not like the comic book.
It's DC fans. It's not even like... It's not Marvel fans being like, oh, this looks...
No.
Marvel fans
don't care.
Probably complain just to join in and heckle the DC fans.
Yeah. They stir that pot, but it's...
Yeah.
Hey, DC fans. Chill out.
You ever heard of Gail Simone? She's a big fan of this trailer, and she wrote Birds of Prey for a while.
Yeah.
I think what I like most about this is they took the best parts of Suicide Squad and actually made a movie out of it, rather than realizing that Suicide Squad was bad and putting what they could in at the last minute to make it a little snazzier.
And like, even off that, it's the actress that played that character wanted to play the character again because she loved it so much.
Yep.
Even from a bad movie, yes, financially successful, but and she's like, this. And I was watching DC Daily today, and they were at the actresses, except for Mary Elizabeth Winstead, were all at New York Comic Con to surprise people and do signings and stuff. And they had some interviews, and they're like answering all these questions about how they're so excited and having so much fun and how the action is going to be so intense. I'm like, man, I'm getting excited for this. I mean, the dude from John Wick is helping with the action scenes. So, I mean, that should be cool. Yeah. Like, Canary is talking about how her character is struggling with this power she has. And I'm like, is that enough answer for you?
Yeah.
Like, she's going to have this on the screen.
There you go, people. Internet.
Jeez, Internet, you suck sometimes. Angel, again, he said he liked the trailer for Birds of Prey, but he liked the Suicide Squad trailer. Difference is they were making a different movie with Suicide Squad, and then DC was like, make it colorful and fun. And then so they added Queen to the second trailer, and they made a totally different movie. So they were selling you something different with that one.
I think that I think they know that they know what movie they're making this time, and they're confident. And my guess is that it looks like their marketing is matching that, not their marketing is coming into Paul or something else.
Yeah, but
looks good.
Sweet,
can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
More superhero movies.
He doesn't trust them.
And you don't have to, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, then just wait. Wait and see what we have to say about it. Wait and to see what other people have to say about it. And, you know, you don't owe them your loyalty or money.
Absolutely.
Or anything, right? Just, it's fine. It's fine to not trust them.
We'll see it for you and let you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you trust us?
I hope so.
Those are the trailers.
Yeah, I don't have any.
That at least I saw. I didn't watch any of the other ones. I guess that came out, but those were the ones that interested me. What other news stories do you guys got?
Did you guys hear about the Infinity Saga box set price?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. And
yes.
You bet your bottom dollar I started considering.
$550? That's the 4K one.
It comes with 23 Blu-rays and or 4Ks, I guess. Yeah. 4K when it's released is $30. I did some math, and they're $20 each, or something like. They're $23 each. So they're cheaper.
It's not a bad deal.
And you get like
it's just a lot of
letter,
money at once.
Some of us posters.
Some of us already have all 23 of those movies.
Listen, guys. Yes.
No, it looks really
awesome.
Cool though.
No, I agree. I think it looks sick, but I won't buy it.
It comes with that box, and you like slide them all in, and it like makes a picture.
Maybe we can.
Luke will buy it.
We can pull that money we've gotten from selling shirts and get one for the set.
Maybe
we have not made nearly enough money.
Buy shirts. I'll put it on my Christmas list.
Luke can buy it and make an unboxing video for the channel.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I'll do that. Can I put it on my tax return as a work thing? You know, we make zero money from this.
Why not, man?
Go for it.
The IRS ain't coming after me if you do that, so
yeah,
go for it.
Okay, no,
worth a shot.
I'm a low flight risk. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm always in the green when I fill that thing out. What else you guys got?
I've just got Joker related news, which is that it had a very, very good first weekend.
Yes, it did.
So good, in fact, that it made more money on its opening weekend than Justice League did.
It made more than Justice League, Venom, Aquaman.
It's the biggest October opening ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I feel like happens yearly now. But,
October is becoming more of a... We have less of those down months, you know?
It's like down to 2 weeks in January, and then 2 weeks in August is it now.
Yeah.
And it used to be January, August, October, September.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
That is good.
It's a great thing.
Especially since I Real Unlimited, so.
Yeah. I kind of teased this earlier, the Apex Haunted event. So Kings Canyon went away with the new update. Mm-hmm. They're bringing it back October 15th for the Fight or Fright event.
Ooh,
so they're going to turn Kings Canyon into nighttime. I assume there will be stuff on the map. There will be new skins, probably new emotes and stuff like
all sorts of things for you to spend real money on.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably cost you a cool $230 to unlock everything, like the Wraith event.
Can you get a jumping double kick from the store? Because maybe. No, I don't even play it, but... Oh, that's what I was going to finish.
You were going to bring it up in the Birds of Prey?
Yeah, in the Birds of Prey trailer, Harley does that kick. And, yo, it's so sick and nasty. Whoa, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Apex event. I think it'll be cool. The first skin I've seen is Bloodhound's.
Oh, yeah.
Which his skins always look good, and they know that. So...
Yeah, I really do enjoy their events, and maybe it's because I don't have a collector's mentality when it comes to Apex. It's just like, I get to go enjoy this free event that's themed around usually some holiday or whatever, and I have a lot of fun with it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
And what I really like that they've done lately is with these events, they're releasing shorts. And the shorts are really good.
They've done a really good job of adding lore and story to the game, in
giving their characters depth.
In a battle royale, right? Like, so you're
I
really
like
cool
that their characters have depth.
Yep.
It makes it interesting.
Agreed.
But crypto's dope. Go crypto.
So the Tom Holland Spider-Man saga continues. This will probably be the end of it for now, at least for a bit until he leaves again.
Thank goodness.
But apparently, according to Bob Iger, Tom Holland was instrumental in getting Spider-Man back to loan to Disney, yeah. And I just think that that's hilarious and maybe not true. Conspiracy. No, but I guess
Bob Iger's spilling all the secrets now that he's got his memoir out or whatever.
What was his statement was like, Tom Holland was so important with getting Disney and Sony to meet back together, and it made us realize that, it's more than just movies, but there's fans out there that we're letting down. I don't know, it's just like, shut up. That's the most PR thing to say. Like, you got that written
he
to
did.
say, you chump.
He did.
He wrote that 3 months ago when the news first broke.
He's like, he probably wrote that. He's like, oh, man, we're going to try and get more money out of this. I better write this statement and get ready just in case we lose him, because we're probably going to lose him. But we'll get him back because we're Disney or whatever.
We'll just bully everybody into doing what we want them to do anyways.
But yeah,
fine.
It's probably true.
It's probably true to some degree that, like, Tom was like, hey,
you guys suck. This is stupid.
Remember, it's not just not you two studios that have to deal with this. It's me as an actor. It's the fans. It's
all these other 15,000 people that helped with this movie to create all these jobs.
Yeah.
We said it when it happened, though. It was like the ones who are losing are us.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we're back to winning again, I guess.
Yeah. Just we'll accidentally lose him again.
That'd be great.
Like, we decided that it wasn't worth it.
Never mind.
We won 100%. We're trying to buy Spider-Man for $400 billion.
I bet they could buy him for that price. I bet Sony would play ball. $400 billion. Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, you can have Spider-Man.
Star Wars, $4 billion. Spider-Man.
Do you want the rest of our properties too?
Yeah, you can have everything. You have that Morbius movie that we know is gonna fail. That's all you, man.
Ooh. No, Disney'd be like, nah, Jared Leto.
Nah,
you guys can keep that.
He's creepy.
In fact, we'll pay you to keep it now.
We'll give you an extra
$1 billion.
I was gonna say we'll give you an extra $1 billion if you guys keep him.
And then Sony releases the movie and makes $2 billion.
Yeah.
And then they try to buy it after that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll buy him now for $5 billion. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead. What a mess.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
Disney wouldn't feel it on their bottom line anyways.
Worse all the time. Star Wars quote. Thank you. Sorry.
You're welcome. I knew what I was quoting.
I know. I got you. Deal's getting worse all the time. I'm not a huge Lando fan. Anyway, what else you guys got?
I don't got anything else.
Last thing I have
on
is
news this week.
The Catwoman stuff.
Okay.
They released their short list for Catwoman.
Oh yeah, who's all on that?
Shoot, I had it pulled up and then all my tabs vanished.
Oh, that's right. The missing tab saga.
I don't know where they went. Huh?
The technical difficulties.
Yeah, they ran away.
I haven't gone through mine yet.
Let's see here. So the current short list, and it's obviously rumor.
Sure.
Is Lupita Nyong'o.
Hmm.
No thanks. Tessa Thompson. Okay, I guess. Alexandra Shipp, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, and Logan Browning.
The last two I don't know.
I don't know them either.
I don't know that either.
Lupita and Tessa, I don't think will happen. One of them's Valkyrie and the other one's in Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Alexandra Shipp is possible, but I think she's a little too young.
Maybe. She was Storm.
Yeah, she's Storm in
Dark Phoenix.
I need to see her in something else, because that poor character was written awfully in both Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I'm looking up the other two.
I'm just sad, and maybe this is just because we just watched Joker, but I'm sad Zazie Beetz' name isn't on there. She's her.
Domino.
I don't care. They can be multiple characters in different universes.
Oh yeah.
I know. Yeah,
since it's a recurring character is where I think they would.
Yeah.
I feel like the other studio would be like, no, you cannot take that job. Even though nobody
then you have
really cares.
You have a really bad agent if.
Sorry, I'm still looking at the actresses. I think Alexandra Shipp off of this list might be my favorite.
Yeah.
Her or I'm probably butchering Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Out of those two, I think I like them the most.
Angel was saying Gugu?
Sure.
Gugu?
Pronunciation is...
she was in Black Mirror.
Oh, okay. She looks, I think, the most... I think she looks the most the part.
Yeah. So I guess we'll figure out here probably pretty soon.
It will probably be none of them.
Yeah. Catwoman is.
But I feel like that's how it goes. We're here just Googling on the Googs.
The old Googs.
Yeah, I really need to see more of their performances. Lupita's the only one who I can really be like, no, based on her performances, I think she's a great actress.
I don't think she fits.
I don't think she fits this role well. Mm-hmm. Based on what she's done, she would have to prove me wrong, which
she probably could.
Yeah, definitely.
That's okay. I can't. She has to do the whole movie like that.
Oh no! Oh,
sorry, I could not help myself.
Luke, you have any other news stories?
No, I am all done.
Holy crap! Are we getting to our main topic within an hour?
Let's do it! I'm so excited, guys.
It's a new day at What the Fanboy, everybody.
What? How is this happening?
Magic.
So I hear. All right. So you hear?
So I hear.
Who do you hear doing magic?
The magicians.
Where are they?
They're invisible. You're using magic. That's why you have to listen.
Tyler, you didn't know? I'm a warlock in Destiny.
Yeah, no.
Warlocks.
Go eat a soy burger.
Got my Palpatine fingers or Nova Bomb.
Please don't throw spirit fingers at me. You're making me uncomfortable.
Here, I'll put up my Vanguard shield.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I feel like such a dork now.
I'll just shade step my way out of this conversation.
Clever. I love it. Good job.
We're so amazing.
So, guys, one of my most anticipated movies of the year came out this weekend. Mm-hmm. This was not my most anticipated. As everyone knows, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, royally let me down this year on most anticipated movie. It's fine.
Hey, that's what you get for picking that one.
I know, man.
You should have known.
Hey, good news. This one's better.
That's true. This is a good freaking movie. Okay, Joker came out. The movie that when it was announced, we were all like, what? Do we need this? And then slowly but surely,
do you guys remember when
convinced us
when this was rumored and we were all like,
what?
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's okay. We don't want this movie. DC, we don't want this.
We remember fondly Heath Ledger. We remember with scars on our head, in our mind, Jared Leto. We don't need more Joker right now.
You don't want any beef? I don't want any beef. Oh man, that is Oscar. That's an Oscar right there.
No, it's not. It's a Razzie.
Give them both.
Yeah. But yeah, so Joker came out. It's Done really well, like we mentioned earlier in the episode. It made $96.3 million.
It made a lot
domestically. Yeah. It did really really well.
230, 260. I don't know.
Last I saw was 247 worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
5 times its budget.
Has it passed Solo yet? Probably.
It will tomorrow.
Which is strange in that it's an R-rated
villain movie.
Yeah, I won't say comic book movie based on a comic book character for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, in coming out in the middle of October, right before Halloween, I think that was great timing. How October gets a lot more R-rated films just because of that. You get a little more of that horror. But yeah, no, critically got great reviews.
Audiences embracing it.
Are for the most part embracing it. Yeah.
It is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, is it?
It's at 69, which seems really low for a certified fresh. But
that's crazy. All I heard critically leading up to it was like
how good it was.
Yes.
Well, I mean, at Venice, every single person thought it was the greatest single piece of cinema they'd ever seen in their life, and it won the Golden Lion Award. And then it went to TIFF. And people were like, no.
It's good, but not that good.
And then I think it started just doing the normal premieres around the world.
Yeah,
and
the LA
more started to come out.
Sure.
And it was in that going up and down through the 70s range of people liking it. And then these people didn't. And then these people did like it and these people didn't. And then
now it's kind of evening out right around 70. Which is okay. I still think that's pretty good. And especially for a movie I don't think anybody was expecting to really like that much.
And like, I say 69. Like, 69 of 100 people liked it. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate that a Joker movie is at 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
World's happiest number, isn't it?
It's such a weird...
It probably has 420 reviews, too.
I think it's a very unique film in just its existence, and so it's been really interesting to watch this weekend, as I've seen other people who I know who aren't critics go and watch people who aren't into...
It's 429
into movies nearly as much as we are to go and be like, oh yeah, that surprised me in like a good way. Most of I don't think I've, even from my friend group, my extended friend group, I haven't seen anyone be like, why did I waste my money on that?
Right.
So
yeah, my coworker went and saw it on Friday and she really liked it, and then good friend Brendan went and saw it today. And his first text to me was, holy crap. And I was like, is that good or bad? I don't know. I don't know where you're going, but he liked it, I think.
Let's give some spoiler-free thoughts, and then we'll jump into some of the dark spoilers in this film. Luke, go ahead and start us off.
I think I liked it the least out of everybody.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of makes sense because I've had the most reservations about this movie going in. That being said, I am so just extremely conflicted about what I think about it. I know I like it, but things that I like, there's also things about the exact same thing going against that that just frustrate me inside because I don't know what to think. That's where I'm at. I like it. I tweeted that.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it.
Like, it's a good movie.
Would you buy it?
Yeah. I'll buy it.
Nice. I will too.
I will agree.
But yeah.
Tyler?
I wrote like an impression thing because I didn't tweet about this one. This was like one I watched, and about halfway through I was like, I'm not going to tweet about this one because I don't want to say anything that would upset people. But what I ended up coming up with is it's a gritty, well-crafted, and realistic look at what the Joker would look like against the backdrop of the real world. And I think DC's at their best when they're capturing the essence of their characters, which I think this movie does a really good job of.
Yeah. So you liked it?
I did like it, yeah. I'm a fan of it.
Sorry, I had the wrong tab.
Did your tabs go away too?
My tabs not. I just forgot where my tabs were.
I don't know where my tabs. I still don't know where those tabs are. They're somewhere.
I'm just gonna read my Twitter review, and then we can discuss a little more.
We don't have time for a book, Brett.
Fine. Let me
just kidding.
Let me delete this 800-word review. No, I said the Joker is a disturbingly raw and realistic look at how classism, mental illness, violence, and a society void of empathy can awaken the darkest of demons. I think Joaquin Phoenix delivers an Oscar-worthy performance, delivering a new take on the infamous clown that is wholly unique. It's a film that scares me, and I can't recommend it to everyone, but if you think you can handle it, go see it.
Well, now I wish I hadn't wrote anything. Thanks for that.
Sorry. That's what I did. I liked it.
No, like...
I actually had Infamous in my thing, and I deleted it. And I didn't see your notes, but I wrote Infamous, and I was like, nah, it's too much. I'm trying to sell it too hard.
No, like... But I think that, like... I would totally agree with you, Tyler, in that DC especially is at its best when it's focusing on who its characters are and not necessarily what they can do, right? Especially when you're talking about in a universe, and not that this is in the greater DC universe, but when you think about DC and its collection of characters, what makes Superman interesting isn't that he's unbeatable, like that he's, this invincible god, right? It's what makes him tick, that makes him interesting.
That's in fact maybe one of the least interesting things about it.
Yeah.
So, like, I am all for DC doing deep dives, dark or not.
Into the
they
character.
Don't have to be all super dark, but I think that in particular, the Joker is a good kind of jumping off point for that, because he's a well-known character. Obviously, he's very popular, and as long as they can deliver something that is reminiscent of what they find in the comics but is still unique, I think that will drive people back to wanting more.
Yeah. Well said, sir. Well said. Luke's like, I liked it.
I'm so like...
Luke, I was ready for you to ramble based on...
Well, okay, here we go.
Yes.
Are we doing...
No.
No spoilers. Okay, good.
There won't be any spoilers.
Yeah.
I'll kind of stay away from them. But leading up to this movie, I feel like this is one of my cons. And it kind of has nothing really to do with the movie. I was hearing was about how crazy it is. It's like, oh, the ending. Oh, this stuff he does. Honestly, not that bad. Straight up, I'm going to say it. I don't know if... I was expecting so much worse.
Psychopath. Come over here, Tyler. Stay
It's
safe.
okay. I'm excited.
Come to me. But, like, there's... I know the difference is it's a real-world version, and I'm comparing it to comic book versions, which is where I struggle with that. Because, like, Batman Arkham Origins, the Joker in that, granted he is in a comic book universe with monsters and aliens and weird stuff, and Batman, he kills so many people in it. There's bodies everywhere. And that version is scarier to me. But I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god!
So here's...
But this one is different. Also, like the one that
Keep getting riled up.
The thing that's scary about this one is how he's created.
Right.
That's the scary part. The stuff that he does, though, I'm just kind of like, oh.
I think the stuff that he does, though, is what makes it scary, because he's created by society, essentially. Mm-hmm. And, like, I saw something earlier today. It was like, everybody has a little piece of that in them. Mm-hmm. Like, anybody can reach that point. It doesn't matter who you are. You can reach that point. And I think that's what makes it scary, is that it's a very real take. Like, this isn't a far-fetched idea that will never happen. Like, this certainly can happen. if it hasn't already, right? I mean, obviously not face paint and all that stuff, but I just think that's kind of scary.
I'd agree. I'd say the realism is what's scary, in that like the scariest part of like the Dark Knight Joker is when he's like not infiltrating, when he goes into the Harvey
the hospital,
the
fundraiser, and and the party, when just
where is Harvey Dent?
One person says something and it turns him, and that's a real moment between two humans. It's not this long convoluted plot about I gotta use the rocket launcher to shoot the cop car out of the moving semi. Like that's a comic booky thing that isn't scary, even though it's violent. And it's the I'm holding a knife up to a guy's mouth, and because he said something that triggered, like that's what's scary to me. And that's what I think that this movie is. That's all this movie is. Is those like, just I'm gonna take a little step in this direction. I'm gonna take a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're taking big steps until you get to the climax, and you're like, what is going to happen?
Yeah, Jeremy Johns kind of talked about that exact thing. He's like, you watch this movie and you kind of watch it unravel, and like at the beginning you see Arthur as he is, beat down, and then by the end you're like, man, how did we get here? Like, this is crazy. Like, it's a totally different character by the end of the movie, which is obviously the point, I know, but I just think it's really well done, and it's pulled off in a way that is very believable.
And to follow up on that, like, the acts of violence in this movie escalate so appropriately. Like, the first one, you can totally justify what happened. I mean, he goes above what could have happened, but based on the circumstances, you would say, oh, no, like, totally, I get why he did that. And then the next one, definitely probably outside anyone's comfort zone of saying I would do that, but it's that I just got hit with something that changed my perception of my life, and I have the ability to get that revenge, something that I've never been able to have in the past, that I've never thought of because I've been betrayed. Then the next one is slightly more and slightly more violent, and then culminating in an ultimate, like, violent act that does not feel justified in any way.
I should say, I feel like what I said has kind of led to a conversation of,
tell us about this conversation.
Was it violent enough? That's not what I'm saying. I was talking about the reviews and the hype.
Oh, sure.
Like, they kind of blew out of proportion what people should be thinking about this movie, and just like reviews complaining, like giving it negative scores because like, oh, it's about mental and it's political, blah blah blah, or like all this stuff about just movie theaters adding all security. Like, there was just so many things happening with this movie that are leading people to think certain things that could happen or are going to happen in this movie, or will even lead to other people reacting to this movie as he does in the movie. And it's like, what? And so I'm thinking in my mind, what could possibly be happening in this movie?
Sure.
And then in the fact that it's just a movie.
This is not the most disturbing movie I've seen this year. Midsommar is more disturbing than this.
I have not seen that one.
You watched 7 this year. I'd say that's far more disturbing.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, now I think the difference is this is set in a more it is an attempt at a reflection of modern society in a way. It's extreme.
Of unrest.
It's extreme, but I think when the movie talks about things like classism, like it's pointing out real world classism,
which is it's a theme through Batman comics too.
anything in Gotham is like
you have the Gotham criminals and the Gotham elites.
Yeah.
And they're always clashing, and you have Batman in the middle and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. But I think it has something to say about the lack of empathy in society.
Yeah.
Where we live in a culture where it's yell at everyone on the other side of the line for this, or cancel that because this person said this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that lack of empathy there. And I think that's why when I say that this movie scares me, it's not because anything in it is all that scary in terms of what I'm actually seeing on the screen. It's because I can look at our world today and say, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
I see mentally ill people being marginalized. Rather than funding programs for them, we're going to spend $3 trillion on missiles.
Nice. Now teach them.
Right? Like, those are the kind of things that when I watch this, that's what like hits me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, it's still like that plot, like the mental illness and the escalation, it still works for me.
Yeah.
It's just that's going through my head, and it's annoying.
Yeah. The other thing that Leroy here in the chat said, props for... I want to give them props for doing something new. It was good and just not my cup of tea. I wanted more. And I think that I wanted more is something I've heard a little bit of on the internet. And one of the things I was telling my friends was like, if you want to go see a Joker, like, I've been the Joker for X number of years, and I am comfortable with who I am as the Joker. That's not this movie.
Yeah.
This is him becoming the Joker. I don't feel like marketing really betrayed that message at all. I thought marketing was pretty clear that, like...
Yeah, it's
he's not going to spend the whole movie being the Joker, right? This isn't Heath Ledger coming in, robbing a bank in the first scene. This is, one man's journey, and if we ever get a sequel... Maybe that's what those people will really want.
Mm-hmm.
So
should we ravel off some pros, some
non-spoilery
pros and cons? Do we want to do pros or cons first? Ooh,
I'm trying to think of. I only have one spoiler con, and then I do have another con that I could keep in non-spoilers, but
none of mine. Well. Only one of mine is spoilery-ish.
Let's go with... I don't care.
Cons.
Yeah.
Let's start with the negative stuff first so we can
end on a happy note. Put on a happy face.
Ooh. I don't know if I like the context of that. My other con for non-spoilers is very underused supporting cast. I don't know. That's it. Maybe it is a spoiler. I don't know. If I say who, well, it's everybody.
I would say, like, this is definitely a little bit like Ad Astra. This is one person's film, and everyone else there is just kind of to provide context for their journey. I don't know. I don't know if I would agree that that's a con. I'd say maybe I think the one person you're talking about, I can get on board with. If we're thinking about the same person, I'm pretty sure we are. I would be on board for more of them. Yeah. But overall,
especially with like the performers they got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like there is, like his work buddies have way more to do than
anybody else.
Than everybody else, and they're great. I really like them. But I would have liked to seen some other characters kind of step into the forefront. And maybe just with kind of how the story goes, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. That's my only con that I wrote down, actually, is the one person we're talking about doesn't have enough to do. Which is fine because it's the Joker's movie, but...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My one con... I don't think it's a spoiler. I think that there's maybe a little too much Wayne stuff in this movie. I wasn't expecting it, and I think I would have been okay with a little bit of it, but like most of the second act does kind of revolve around Thomas Wayne, and there's maybe some history, maybe not with yeah. Sorry, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but
it's so hard to do.
Maybe we should go into non-spoiler pros.
Yeah. So maybe a little less Wayne stuff, but in the end, I think that they did a good job at justifying it, other than it just being like, look, it's in the universe of Batman.
I think that was kind of one thing that Luke had talked about to me, is he was worried that this was a movie that only had the Joker name to make money. And upon watching it, I was like, no, it only has the Joker name to soften the blow of what this movie actually is, which I think was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just stole one of your pros, because I definitely did not write that down. I just thought of it.
It's... I don't know if it'd be a spoiler or not. I'm so hesitant about accidentally saying something.
Just wait till we're in spoilers then.
Yeah.
So the big pro then I think that we're all going to have is Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote...
are you kidding me? Like, what the crap?
I put that a totally bought-in performance sells this movie. And then another cool little thing, he is in every single scene.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
This might be like maybe and since I've cared about movies, maybe the best performance I've seen.
It's so good.
Like of any actor ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. I think he'll win the Oscar for it.
I hope he'll be nominated.
He better at least be nominated. But I think
it's
he'll
a
win
guaranteed nomination.
Yeah, I
think a really good chance of winning. I'm not sure what's coming out yet at the end of this
kind
year.
Of in the discussion is, at least of that I can remember, has been Adam Sandler for Uncut Gems. That one's most recent to come up. And then Adam Driver for Marriage Story. I don't remember any others. So there's at least 3 out of the 5.
Yeah. But no, he's great. I love Brendan in the chat brings up his laugh. I'm
a huge fan
of
it.
I love this laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to take anything away from
Any
Hamill's or
others except Leto's.
Dude, Leto's is the best. You gotta cover your mouth and draw a mustache on yourself. He had the weird drawn pencil stash too.
I think that this laugh, just because of its uncontrollable nature, makes it even more disturbing.
I can't believe that hadn't been done sooner.
Yeah.
I really that just blows my mind.
I love it when
that it took until now, with how long the Joker has been a character. Why has that not been a thing before?
I wonder if it's been in the comics.
It's just never really been talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna go through every Joker comic ever, but
only 80 years to go through.
Yeah. I find that really cool. Again, it makes that more real world feel that this movie presents because of that, and I think that's just awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, give Joaquin all the Oscars.
I'll also throw out cinematography. The way this movie was shot is really, really nice. It's a good. It's shot like a Scorsese film, and
I wonder how many times Todd Phillips watched a
Taxi Driver.
Or how many times Todd Phillips was just on set with a printout of a scene, was like,
all right, let's do this one.
Make it look like that.
I think I wrote that too. Cinematography, big fan of the way the movie's shot. I think the way it's shot, kind of tight and close, it feels really intimate, and I just think that's so awesome.
And it gets so uncomfortable because you just stay intimate with this guy who's losing his mind.
Yeah, who's slowly unraveling, and it's so awesome.
I also really was a big fan of the score.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You were just like, oh, yeah.
It was not what I expected from a Joker score, and it's eerie. And
I listened to it yesterday.
I was listening to it at work, and I stopped because I was getting angry.
I'm sorry?
I think it was all the low notes.
like I remember, like, I don't remember this, but like thinking about this movie, I was like, I wonder what the soundtrack will be like. It was not anything remotely close to what I imagined it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would say this dude's name, but I have no idea how to say it.
Yeah, we kind of were talking about
like
that
4
after
accents and umlaut. And, I don't know. Congratulations, bro. You did it.
I think the movie is disturbing in a good way.
Yeah.
That's a pro of mine.
I think it. I like it, and there's nothing wrong with a movie just being popcorn fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbs and Shaw, you can exist.
Oh my gosh, that is the best movie this year.
But I really, really appreciate it when movies make me feel something, rather than just other than just like, oh, that was fun to watch. Like when they make me feel sad, or they take my emotions on a little bit of a roller coaster. I wouldn't say this is as much of a roller coaster, but like it did make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And especially the final act.
Yeah,
like,
there's some things said in the final act where I'm just like, should we say that? I don't know. But I think was
it too woke?
No. But something,
Todd.
By disturbing in a good way, I just mean like something I think that makes the Joker great is how uncomfortable he can make you. Like the Killing Joke, for example, was a pretty uncomfortable story to read.
Yeah.
I felt like Joaquin made me uncomfortable with some of the things he did in this movie, and I thought that was very well done.
And I think part of that credit definitely goes to Todd Phillips and whoever else was credited as writing. But like kind of what I was mentioning earlier, like a number of all of the deaths in this movie, like they're uncomfortable, but then you can, like, if you really think about it, you can almost, it's like a step away from justification. It's like I can see why he felt like he needed to do something, and I just don't agree with the something he did. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, and it's like that's what makes me uncomfortable. It's just like, oh no, I get why you're upset, and man, the system has failed you, and oh gosh, now I'm rooting for him. Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, it makes you feel conflicted. And I can't say it. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Should we give our recommendations, or do you have more? Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Some of my stuff I can't really. I said soundtrack as well.
Okay.
And then I also shout out Robert De Niro because I actually enjoyed his character in this movie.
Yeah. I guess the last thing I have, and we kind of have talked about it a bit, but just the tension created, I thought was really well done.
Yeah.
We don't need to go too much into that because kind of been a through line.
Yeah.
We
give our recommendations?
Yeah. Oh, gee. Oh, no.
I already gave mine on Twitter, so I'll buy Luke a few more moments of time and say that mine's a fanboy worthy. I can't give this a booyah, but like my fanboy worthy is right up there next to booyah today, in that like it's a film that, like I said, if you think you can handle it, I think you should see it. If you know that I just don't want to watch that, the trailers did not entice you at all, I get it. Yep. You don't need to see it. I'm not here to preach to you about it. Yeah. So that's the only reason it doesn't hit a booyah for me, is because I can't recommend it to everyone. Right.
Yeah. I can't. In 99% of the time, I can't recommend a movie that's rated R as a booyah.
Yeah. One of the fatal flaws of our system.
I give it a fanboy worthy as well. I'd even go as far as to say it's my second favorite movie this year.
Yeah, it's number 3 for me.
I'd give it a low fanboy worthy, right above Matthew McConaughey, purely on the fact for Joaquin's performance. I'd say it's, if you're a comic book psycho like us, you've already seen it.
Oh, probably, yeah.
So if you haven't yet, but you're a fan of going to like as Scorsese would say, cinema. I think you would get something out of this one. I don't know if besides Joaquin, there's, for me, anything incredibly, outspokenly special about this movie besides that. But it is family worthy, just a low one.
Sure. Cool. Well, let's hop into some spoilers.
Haters gonna hate, boy!
Some spoilers then. You want to time code that for your...
There was a question. Can we answer this question before we go
to
before we go to spoilers?
Yeah.
Angel asks Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix. My answer to that is I can't say because they're in two totally different situations.
Am I choosing a Joker or a performance?
If I'm choosing a performance, I'm choosing
probably
Joaquin.
Joker. I'm gonna guess that what he's meaning is Joker, not necessarily performance.
Because if it's performance, I would say I don't know.
Yeah.
When I was talking about performance, I was talking about lead actor. It's kind of clarification, but
sure.
I'd choose Heath as Joker over Joaquin's in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
he's actually the Joker.
Yeah. That's a little bit like what I was talking about earlier. It's like, wait until we see Joaquin in a second film.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I can really weigh the two against each other. I don't feel like I can weigh the two against each other. I think it's at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes of Joker in this movie, maybe.
Yeah. And I think performance-wise, like, again, it's also hard because you have
a lead versus
a supporting role.
I think he asked performance as well just now, if you want to.
Sure.
I think I'd still give it to Heath. Because nobody saw that one coming. It's Joaquin Phoenix. He's one of the best actors alive. Oh my goodness. LeBron James is dunking on people and still going to the NBA Finals. Tom Brady threw another touchdown. Joaquin Phoenix gave another brilliant performance. Oh my goodness.
But I think that's what makes it so impressive is like we knew Joaquin was going to be good, but I think he exceeded what I expected. Like I thought he was better than I thought he could be.
I would agree. I would say within the first 2 to 3 minutes, I had completely forgot that I was watching Joaquin Phoenix and was just, this is Arthur Fleck.
I'm the same with Heath, except that I think what gets me is the fact that everybody's going, are you kidding me? How to lose a guy in 10 days? Brokeback Mountain?
A Knight's Tale?
Knight's Tale, this dude is going to be the Joker? Are you kidding me? This movie's going to suck.
People are dumb. He was very underrated. He was a good actor before The Dark Knight.
Brokeback Mountain is a fantastic movie. I should stress that.
It is.
Like, I feel like that sidebar, that movie gets such a hard time because it's the gay cowboy movie. That movie's so good. It's so good. Man, I watched that movie on TV and I still loved it.
Good
with
movie.
Commercials. Gosh dang it.
Okay. Let's move into some spoilers.
Okay.
Was there a which one of the deaths was the one that kind of was the most impactful to you?
Impactful?
Yeah.
Probably De Niro's just because he's screaming, like what he's screaming at him.
Yeah.
Is really what sells it. But I mean, the one in his apartment was.
That's the most Joker-esque scene in the movie.
That's the Joker.
Yeah.
And then when he's talking to his other buddy from work, and he's trying to reach the lock.
Yeah.
Like I can see that being in a comic book, and I was like, "This is great.
Yeah,
I'm loving this."
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I think De Niro's, and it is because of what he's saying in that scene. Just that's like the moment, like when I say it's disturbing in a good way, like what he's saying in that scene. I'm like, this is too real.
Yep.
Please stop.
Yep.
I'm getting uncomfortable, which obviously is what I wanted to happen, but like, no, that is definitely the most impactful.
Yeah. I think I love, like, when people were talking about the last 15 minutes, what I was kind of expecting was, like, he became the Joker and immediately was like, that's when the action was going to happen, is what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really actually pleasantly surprised that the intensity of those last 15 minutes was all right here and not like action on the screen.
It's not
was
blood.
Right.
It wasn't that.
Yeah. But it's like after you see him stab a guy in the neck with scissors and he's rehearsing his little like, do you want to hear a joke stuff? And you don't know, because like up until I had no idea if his joke was going to be like, if he was going to shoot De Niro or is he going to shoot himself?
Right. And like what also contributes to that is like ahead of the movie they're like, yeah, no sequel at all.
Yeah.
So like you're watching it and you're like, is he going to shoot himself?
Oh, never had a doubt he was never going to shoot himself.
Right.
Never a doubt.
They set that up. I think they set it up pretty well.
Yeah.
As a good bait and switch. Because he's just mentally unstable enough that I could believe it. Like I could see it happening. I mean, he's very mentally unstable, but you know, based on what he hadn't been really prone to self-harm in the past, but if he knows that it's a sinking ship type scenario, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then just the calm, cool collectedness after he shoots De Niro and smoking a cigarette. Everyone's running
Then shoots
away.
him again.
Yeah, he shoots him like 3 more times, doesn't he?
No, just once. I watched it on Twitter today. It's illegal right now. I'm sorry. Whoops.
It was the first one. This guy in the subway who he like shot like 3 more times.
Oh yeah. That was a good scene. Self-defense.
In the chat, Brendan wants Tyler to talk about what we said with Bruce.
Oh yeah, Brendan brought up an interesting point about Bruce and how like stoic he is as a kid, and how it's just kind of weird that he's like already halfway to Batman.
He's already fallen down that well.
Yeah, like he's already. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Sorry, you guys talk. Fill space.
Young Bruce. So that's one of my cons was the amount of Wayne stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I so agree with you.
Just because what they did with the ambiguity of isn't he Thomas Wayne's kid, like,
and we still don't know, which was fine.
Which I really like, because it does still lean into that like unknown past. I think it pretty heavily implies that he isn't. But nothing in there actually confirms that for me in any way. Like, I think in the end he doesn't believe it. He doesn't. He believes his mother was lying to him about it, and that's all that really matters. But
that is kind of like the strength of the script to me. Is like everybody's freaking out. Oh, they're gonna give the Joker a backstory. Oh, you can't do that. But like by the end of this movie, you're not 100% sold on what backstory there really is, because there's kind of 2. There's one that he's an adopted kid. There's one that he's we're in spoilers. There's one that he's a Wayne, right? Like, and they don't really definitively say one or the other, which I think is cool. They set it up to where like, oh well, the Waynes could have fabricated paperwork to make him look adopted.
Yeah.
They made his mom look crazy. Or they have the picture that says, you have a great smile, TW on it. Like, they do so many things that make you say, well, maybe. But another thing they really do that I think, and I stole this, and I thought it was kind of blew my mind. After what scene is it? There's a scene where it's when he's talking to Thomas Wayne in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he's leaning on the sink. And he's bleeding after Thomas Wayne punches him in the face. And he's just sitting there. And then it cuts. And the cut is him leaning against his bathroom sink in his apartment. And you're like, okay, did that happen? Or is he just imagining all of this?
Right.
He imagines a lot in this
movie. He imagines a ton in this movie.
Imagines an entire relationship.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, like, it's just things like that where I was like, man, he doesn't really have a backstory to me.
Yeah.
He takes the paperwork with his adoption papers in it. Kills his mom. He kills anybody who knows his name that he's directly spoken to, except for the midget guy. And I think that's kind of wild. he eliminates his own backstory.
Yeah.
As the movie goes on. I think that's pretty cool. I think this is like, now if we get a sequel, obviously it makes more sense. But I thought that was cool how they built that up in the script.
I would agree. You mentioned he fabricates a number of things in his mind, including most of
every scene with Zazie Beetz where she has no lines.
Not every scene.
Well, except for the opening one and
the ending
last
one. Yeah. Is this the character who you talked about you wish you had more?
Me too.
I agree. Go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts first before I say what I'm going to say.
I just think she's a good performer. She's a good actress. And I think she was underused, and I think it would have been interesting.
I thought I knocked my car off.
If, like, I mean, it's just confusing because at the end you know that it wasn't real. I don't know. I just wanted to see more of her. That's it.
So the only thing that I think I would have...
Try not to ramble.
You said you were going to ramble. Though.
I did already.
Everyone is expecting it. No, like, I really liked how she was used, which is sparingly, and it really I thought it gave us a good glimpse into how his mind fabricates things, but also, like, there's a lot of ambiguity what he does at the end of that scene with her. If he just leaves, or if he kills them or not. I think I would not be surprised if they had filmed the scene where he kills them and they left it out of the edit. What I will say is that would have done a little more for me in really making me less empathetic towards him. And I don't know if that's good or bad, because, again, I like even villains who you can at least understand where they're coming from. But that's, like, other than the last murder, it's the one that makes it would make the least amount of sense. And that's kind of what the Joker is outside of this movie, right? It's...
You don't really
I don't care.
It.
It's chaos. And this was someone who, in his head, it's all in his head, ended up kind of hurting him. And it's the one person who we don't see have any consequences for also. So it's interesting to think about if I would have liked that scene or not, because I would have hated to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's where they drew the line.
Yeah. But
I kind of want to go back to the Waynes in a way.
Yeah,
and then also
do it.
Back to, you were talking about earlier how it being a Joker movie helps reel it in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing I'm so conflicted on. Because the things that make this a comic book movie have nothing to do with the Joker. It's the Waynes.
Yeah.
It's Thomas and Martha and Bruce and Crime Alley. That's the only thing that makes this a comic book movie. Otherwise, it can be anybody. And so I struggle with how that was used and whether I like it or not. Mm-hmm. Because with that in there, it does help reel it in. But I hate that Wayne stuff. Don't need to see them murdered for the 1200th time.
So
it's so I've had my Joker fatigue, and I've talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm at Wayne murder fatigue now.
Well, maybe this is good though, because maybe they're just filling it in for the Batman movie that Matt Reeves is doing, because he's not going to do it.
Good.
So they're like, yeah, we'll just do it in this movie.
Yeah.
I think for me, it connects to kind of a subplot. The movie is not like super preachy political.
Yeah.
It's very political though, and I think that is one of those things where it's like Thomas Wayne gets his comeuppance. It wasn't just a random,
The thing about it, though, is they show the theater. They pan up to Zorro. They all leave, go into the alley, and they die pearls.
Yeah.
It's classic comic book. It's been done 80 times in the comics, once every year, and then it's been in almost every Batman movie. In the same universe multiple times. I think it was in each Schumacher and Burton movie.
Yeah.
So, like, that staple being in there really nails down the fact that it's like, this is a comic book movie. And that was my least favorite part of the movie. Because now I'm thinking, nope, yep, there's Batman. And I do think if the Joker stuff wouldn't have been in this, yeah, it's Taxi Driver and it's just Taxi Driver. But I think it'd be a better movie without that. But it's a Joker movie, so they have to do the comic book stuff, and I feel like I'm the middle of a tug of war with my emotions and how I feel about that.
See, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it worked simply because of the subplot with Thomas. Like, I would have rather them just cut out the whole thing with Bruce and leave the stuff with Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to, like, maybe you can mention Bruce, he could be there at the end, but you don't have to call him by name, you don't have to bring in Alfred. But I think that it pays off that sub-thread in a way that's unique in the story, because I'm trying to think of the other on-film versions that we've seen of that, and they're all different to a degree, but all of the Thomases have been very different too, right? Like you have the Batman Begins Thomas Wayne, who's a very compassionate man who just wants will cooperate. Then you have the Batman v Superman Thomas Wayne, who's like, I'm gonna fight you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then you have this one who's a politician. And that's a Thomas Wayne that I haven't seen in film before.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I think it's more earned in this film simply because of an actual subplot there with the ideas of classism and using the poor to keep the rich rich.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's
me overanalyzing everything.
It's just the Bruce.
You want to see what's inside my mind?
It's just it's the crime alley stuff that really does.
If they had done it differently, like not crime alley, would that have been better, or would that have been too much of like a?
Honestly, if they would have just shown a theater in the background and said Zorro up there,
we would have got it. Yeah,
it would have been a good Easter egg. That's good enough.
Sure.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I think I'm kind of like in between you two. But I think the coolest part about it is it kind of like, this is now what links them going forward, which is always like the interesting topic. Like, why are they linked to each other?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's that moment. Sometimes there's really no reason. And I think it's cool that they're like, this is how we're linking them together moving forward. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like, I could have done without it. Like you said, I've seen it 100 times. I don't need to see it 100 more. And like you said, it was more earned this time around. Like it kind of made more sense. You kind of had some backstory as to why that would happen.
Yeah.
So
that might just be the Batman fan in me that loves the fact that his parents just died. They're killed by Gotham, not by Joker.
Right.
Or the results of Joker. That's me.
Sure.
But I saw it on Twitter maybe a couple years ago, and there was this thread going around like, what's your favorite thing about Batman, or what's your least favorite thing about Batman? And this person said, I hate when they say who killed Bruce's parents. City of Gotham killed his parents.
Sure.
And I jumped on that. I was like, that's really cool.
Which,
so, I mean, yeah, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, and I, if we wanted to sit here another 2 hours, I think I could.
Let's do it.
I could probably. I'd happily try and argue that is still the case in this film. It's the Joker. The Joker movement is not born out of Arthur Fleck. Arthur Fleck is born out of
the Joker movement.
Is born out of Gotham, which then just commandeers that facial thing, the mask, to give rise to their movement. He doesn't care about their movement at all, at least at the beginning. Mm-hmm. By the end, I think he's come to embrace it because it's made him what he always wants, which is
the difference
to
though
feel,
is
to feel part of something.
To feel
to
feel seen.
Although with that, the dude goes out and he says, "This is your comeuppance, Thomas Wayne." It's a straight up murder as opposed to just a random act of something just went wrong because this city is not helping anybody. As opposed to, "F you, Thomas Wayne, you prick." Boom, boom, pearls. Let's leave Bruce alive.
Because we gotta have Batman.
Killing kids is where they draw the line.
Oh, yeah.
That's the line.
That's why they cut the Zazie Beetz murder scene. Because they didn't want Joaquin to have to kill a baby.
Ugh.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he was gonna do that. I was getting nervous. I was gonna.
I was too. Which again just speaks to the tension.
Yeah.
And how well it's done. Where it's just like that cut to him back in his apartment was such like a sigh of relief.
I wonder if you'd
watch
Which is
it why I knew I wasn't getting that later in the film.
I wonder if you watch it again, if you could like notice something, kind of like in the last shot, he has bloody footprints because he definitely caved in the doctor's face.
Oh yeah,
it's like if you could see him walking, if he's like touching the walls, and if you could like see a little smear or something, like blood on his hands, or if he has any
marks,
yeah, or something from Zazie Beetz.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
just really small things that maybe you could pick up.
I don't know.
Thank you guys in the chat for keeping it civil.
I had to stop reading. It was going too fast. I was trying to keep up.
I appreciate that you guys kept it civil and everybody spoke their mind.
Can we talk a little bit about just his, like, what do we think about his motivations? Do you feel like those were explored well, or did they rely too much on the he's just crazy, has a mental illness? We've talked about how Joaquin Phoenix acted the heck out of this performance, but what, other than the performance itself, did anything ground the Joker in, or Arthur Fleck in some sort of like, not reality, but
I'm gonna go home and read Batman and Psychology.
I think for me, it's just the fact that you can't trust him.
Yeah,
is what really solidifies it.
He's an unreliable narrator.
Yeah,
and you kind of trust him through the first act and a half, and then you kind of realize that maybe something is up. Yeah, then you kind of just hate him.
So, like a couple of the unreliable things that you wonder about. Did he actually take the sign, or was he actually beaten? I think he was actually beaten by those kids. I think that's real.
Yeah.
Did that dude give him a gun, or did he bring a gun to work, and he played it off as the dude brought him a gun? Do you trust that guy gave him a gun, or do you think he had it himself? Like, there's moments like that.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the movie, you start to think, oh, man. Like, did that guy really give him a gun? Like, that, I don't know.
Yeah.
You need it to defend yourself. Maybe that's just what came to his mind. Mm-hmm. And so he went and got a gun. Mm-hmm. Like, you just can't. It's like reading Annihilation. You can't trust what you're reading, or in this case, seeing. And so you start to think about it. Like, after it ends, you start thinking, oh, man, I don't know. I don't know what's real or not. And I think that's cool. I want more of that.
I'm gonna riff off of something that's in the chat that I'm seeing a little bit, mostly about Zazie, her character.
We don't know her name.
Lady.
Oh no.
Did she have a name? I think
she did have a name.
I don't remember what it was. So no, one of the things that I really like about the character is that
Sophie. Dang it. I knew
Sophie.
I was right.
One of the things I think Todd wrote, I assume Todd, the script, and then what Joaquin showed us through his performance was that this is someone who wants he just wants to be noticed. He just wants to be seen, and that's why the things that I think are hallucinated are those like moments of him being cared for. And I don't think it starts off as narcissistic. I think it starts off as a genuine human need because of his abuse in childhood and his trauma that he received. He didn't get that from any sort of father. Eventually, we see that his mother is very loving to him in a certain degree, despite her previous very egregious acts, right? Like, but he was not fulfilled by that. And so he invented this relationship in his mind with someone who lived down the hall. She isn't given a lot to do, but it does a lot for him. And I think, in a dark, twisted way, that actually gives him confidence throughout the movie. Without those hallucinations, I don't know if he would have done everything he did. And that all like stems from like a very interesting commentary on what role does society have to play with keeping mentally ill people safe through providing things like affordable medication and stuff like that. Again, I think this movie is very political and maybe not smack you in the face with it, but whammy. How something as simple as cutting funding for social services can lead to one person's
downfall.
Yeah, rise to insanity.
Music programs at the schools must have already been cut.
We all know
sports are next.
Sports are the last thing that's always cut. Always the last thing. Gotham.
There's only one thing left.
But yeah, so like, I see people saying like, Sophie didn't have anything to do, but it's because that she doesn't really need to do anything, but have a place next to him to empower him to do something, even if that something's bad. Because in the end, that's a very basic human need that we have, is to be connected. Mm-hmm. And as he enters isolation, he has to invent that connection. That's just crazy for me to like. It's so interconnected in my mind.
Yep.
Thoughts? Disagree? Go for it, Luke. Fight me.
No. Listen, I'm really tired, okay? I'm starting to hit a point where I'm struggling to listen, so I'll just say, okay.
And I talk a lot.
I think you kind of nail it to an extent.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's well said. I won't disagree with you tonight.
I do think we should
wrap it up.
Yeah.
I will say right. I do wish Zazie Beetz would have had more of a role. I agree with that, but I do think her role was fitting for what it needed to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up our spoiler section. Yep. And our Joker section. Thank you for the immense. I'm gonna have to go back and read all of this because I haven't been able to catch all of the chat. Like, oh my gosh, I love this.
We need to do a full side conversation without us.
More. I wish we had more movies where this was happening.
I know. Good job, Joker.
Where was all this in our Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, that was a movie about society.
No, it's a movie about family.
And wrestlers.
I ain't got friends. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong.
If you work together, you can beat him.
Dude, teamwork apparently makes the dream work.
Apparently.
Who knew?
Right before we hop into the fan box, I wanna real quick go. Do you guys think which Academy Awards do you think this movie deserves to be nominated for? Not which ones do you think will. Which ones do you think it deserves to be nominated for?
I think Best Actor.
Yep.
Will
Agreed.
get a nom. Sorry, that was probably loud. And I think writing. I think will be the
screenplay.
Yeah, the only two it'll get.
Actor and score.
Ooh,
Okay.
Score's possible third.
I think. Oh yeah.
That's it.
Okay. I think it'll get a Best Director and a Best Picture nom.
Whoa, that'd be cool though.
Just because, it's Academy Awards are slightly political, and
this has a lot to say.
No way.
I just think Warner Brothers is like, we have a movie that can potentially win these things. We're gonna push hard on it.
So, do we think he's the odds-on favorite for Best Actor?
Yeah.
This is now, yeah.
I think the odds right now are heavily in his favor.
Oh, Leo will probably be nominated because he's Leo.
No. He won his. He's done.
He's done.
I posted on Instagram and asked people to kind of send in their thoughts.
Yeah.
And we got 2 people kind of sent us some reviews.
Ooh, okay. Give them to me.
Jman_22G said, it was good and a better Joker than Suicide Squad. The whole world agrees with you. And then Leroy Kelly, who's been in our chat tonight, and I'm mainly going to read this off because people listening don't have the option to see the chat.
Yep.
He said, fairly good. Began to mid drug. Oh my gosh. Fairly good. Beginning to the middle, drug a little for me. The end was gangsta AF.
The end was gangsta.
That's awesome.
Good Joker talk.
Those
tonight,
are good
guys.
reviews.
Yep.
All right. Oh, we're not done with Joker
What?
because Leroy also submitted a fan box question.
Oh.
We're kind of done with Joker.
It
But
can
it is
relate.
in the same kind of vein. He says, thoughts on Scorsese's view of comic book movies. His view is, I enjoy them more than his films. Sorry, not sorry. So this is in reference to earlier or over the weekend, Scorsese said something about how Marvel movies are just like roller coasters or going like an amusement park, but they're not cinema.
Yeah. He compared them to theme parks.
Theme parks, yeah, was the...
I like going to theme parks.
I do too. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care Scorsese, and I don't care if somebody else says that they only like the Marvel movies over the cinema movies. Like what you like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I don't care. Like, that might be aggressive,
Sure.
but it's fine. He's allowed to think that. He's also like 80 years old.
No, I agree with you, though. I'm a big fan of the like what you like thing. And, like, I'm a huge fan of control the controllables, which is kind of the same idea. Like, if you like something, you like it. Who cares if anybody else likes it? That's great that he has an opinion on him. I wonder if he likes Joker.
Right.
A movie that is probably heavily inspired by his films specifically.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he watches it and he goes back and he's like, yeah, Joker movie is good, though. Just so he can put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
But this is not an uncommon thing for older
It was kind of specific towards MCU. And I mean, I just like, what movie was he shown? Was it Ragnarok? Yeah, he would hate that movie. The movie's literally a theme park. It has a theme park ride in it with the Disney music.
So what
I get where he got that.
Yeah.
We should watch Winter Soldier.
I love that movie.
I think that like
Logan.
So my thoughts would be this. You know, I don't think he has the right to define what cinema is. And absolutely you should like what you like and don't hate what you don't like.
Did you guys see what Samuel L. Jackson said?
Culture. Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
That feeds the toxic culture, though.
Yeah.
Like saying what he's saying.
Right, exactly. So, like, but, like, cinema is on this huge, like, it's this, like, this huge spectrum. And on one side, you can have your blockbuster entertainment movies that don't have much to say. A lot of times they still do. They have something to say. It might not be super deep. That's fine. And then on the other side, you've got movies like The Joker, right? Like, you think of something like Guardians of the Galaxy versus The Joker. They're both comic book movies. They're both movies.
They're completely different.
They're both cinema, but they're completely different. And I think narrowing cinema to just this smaller group of films is ignorant at worst, or ignorant at best, and just plain.
I guess I just
Hollywood elitist at
worst.
If Martin Scorsese would say something like that,
yeah,
I would. That's exactly what I would expect him to say.
Yeah,
I guess. So I mean, but I loved what Samuel L. Jackson said, and I'm going to read his quote.
Yep, do it.
I mean, that's like saying Bugs Bunny ain't funny. Films are films. Everybody doesn't like his stuff either. Everybody's got an opinion. So I mean, it's okay. Ain't going to stop nobody from making movies.
Yeah. Good job, Samuel L. Jackson.
He knows what he's talking about. Good job.
Yeah.
I love Samuel L. Jackson.
Surprised you didn't throw an MF right there.
Yeah.
Him and Morgan Freeman should do Face Off.
That would be amazing. Okay, one last question.
I would go broke.
Can we throw Denzel in there?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
three-way face-off?
Yes.
We'll just have him orchestrate everything.
Final question, Fanbox question, is from our good friend at Pronounced Ian. If the three of you could make a movie, so the three of us, the fanboys over here, could make a movie where each of you play one of the other.
17% on Rotten Tomatoes, calling it out.
What would you call it, and what would the story be? What's your pitch for
so
a movie about us?
Oh boy.
I don't know who we would play, but the movie's called 3 Men and a Baby Strike Back.
Yes. I see where this is going.
It's us three, it's somebody else, and your kid.
But your kid plays Luke.
Yes!
Luke plays your kid.
Oh no.
I guess you play me and I play you since we have to differ.
Yeah, we have to switch it up.
Going on a ride, kid.
Anyway, that's my pitch. Shenanigans will clearly follow as somebody will get lost. Me, kid.
Oh, Leroy said Michael B. Jordan would play me. That would be like, my life would be complete if that ever happened. That would be awesome. I might cry if that happened. I don't know a movie I'd pitch for us. Oh jeez. We'd be like a Success Story, the only one from Wichita.
What are we successful at?
Podcasting.
Okay.
We take it on the road.
Through Wichita?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's the year 3019.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And we are intergalactic podcasters. And we go on adventures, and the whole time it's actually a sequel to Laser Cats, because our podcats shoot lasers out of their eyes.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
I just went for the reboot goal.
Trying to get a little Star Wars in there, a little it's a little bit. It ends up being a little bit like Spaceballs, but with
Can we cast Mason Rudolph?
with laser cats instead of
Oh no. No, not Mason Rudolph.
I couldn't help myself.
Okay. Well, now that we've officially gone, we've gone 2 hours.
I'm gonna laugh about
Almost.
that all night.
Oh, and not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we should wrap this up.
We have
before
exactly 1 minute.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us this week. Make sure to like and subscribe. And
Twitter,
all those other
Instagram.
things.
I've been on the Instagram. So follow us on Instagram.
Luke has been actually stepping up our Instagram game. Thank you, Luke. Make sure you check out our merch. Teespring.com.
Oh, look at that sexy podcast shirt.
/stores/whatthefanboy. You can get some amazing t-shirts there, or a Podcat mug, because I've made Podcat mugs, but not like What the Fanboy mugs for whatever reason.
Because they're the focal point of our movie universe we will make in the year 3019.
Listen, in my 3 Men and a Baby one, it's me and the cats are out on the loose, and you guys gotta find us.
It's a rescue mission.
So it's like Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Luke has taken
Shot
the
in the
cats.
same tone, though, right?
Yes.
Like, very
but in
serious.
space.
Saving Private Baby.
Oh, okay.
This is just gonna.
I'll come back with this because I don't know.
And Mason Rudolph is the Tom Hanks character.
I can't do this.
YouTube, SoundCloud, What the Fanboy, Twitter, Instagram.
If you like,
rate, review, like, subscribe,
if
comment.
you like what we've been doing, it would really help if you go to iTunes and write a review. Give us 5 stars, or not. Give us whatever you want.
Just be honest.
Be honest.
Honesty is the best policy.
And that helps more people find this little show.
This little project of ours.
If that's what we want. Do we really want more people subjected to this?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I hear Mason Rudolph's going to have time for the next couple weeks.
And until next week, thank you for joining us. We'll see ya.
See ya, everybody.